All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, I apologize for getting this reaction video out a little late. I literally just left the gym, so I wasn't able to get here, and I tried to do it in my car. Didn't work this time, but hey, better late than never, right? So let's get right into it, man. I love this battle here, man. The Miami Heat versus the Toronto Raptors, because these are two teams that no one really got as championship favorites, right? I think Miami got a shot from being a tough, competitive team. And Toronto, I just feel like people don't understand how good Toronto is. They're not. Because, the thing is, they don't have that superstar, right? They don't have the glitz and the glamour. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. So let's get into it, man. Let's talk about the Miami Heat first. Now, I'm a Laker fan, as we all know. But I grew up in Florida, man. I grew up in Florida, so I got a little love for Miami. But never was a huge Heat fan. But you know, when you grow up somewhere, like I'm a Cowboys fan. But, I root for Orlando. I root for Tampa Bay or Miami if they're playing, because I'm from Florida, as long as they ain't playing the Cowboys. Same thing with these basketball teams from Florida. But the one thing I like about Miami, man, is they are well coached. I do believe Eric Spoelstra is a great coach, and he bring a tough-minded team, we're going to work day in and day out team, and then he capitalized on that by bringing in someone like Jimmy Butler. In today's game, I felt like Jimmy Butler was a little too passive. It was time where I was like, man, go ahead. You gotta push it a little bit. You gotta force the issue, and I don't feel like he did. Is it just me? Is this era, right? And I'm not complaining. I'm not one of those guys that's going, oh, the old school better than new school. No, I love today's basketball, but we're missing that element of just give me the ball. We're gonna take this over. I got this. We're missing that. Like, today's top stars don't really do it, man. They do it in spurts, but back in the day, man, the Kobe, the Jordans, it was not just them. I know I always say them, but it was just so many players that were like, give me the ball, I got this. I'm gonna carry us to a win. Now, again, this is not a scrimmage. This is a regular season bubble game, but these are two teams that I think have championship aspirations. But to me, I thought Jimmy Butler was a little passive. I think he's trying to be more of a facilitator, but sometimes he needs to be more of a scorer. Dragic led them in scoring today. He had 26 points. He led them in scoring and assists. And so he had a pretty good game, but overall the Heat came up short to the Toronto Raptors. Now, the Toronto Raptors, man, is a team that I just don't understand why people not giving them the respect they deserve. They should, in my opinion, be right there with the Bucks to come out of the East. I'm sorry. Listen, as we just seen what they did to Milwaukee, right? Like, and I'm not saying like, oh, they blew them out, but they are a tough team. It's certain teams. No. Not Milwaukee. The Lakers, my Lakers, not Milwaukee. I meant my Lakers. I'm thinking about the Milwaukee. I didn't say anything. What they just did to my Lakers, but that's no fluke, right? Like, they are a defensive team that plays really good defense. And when you look at them today, you see that wasn't a fluke against the Lakers. I got to give it up. That was not a fluke. They are a solid team that know who they are. They don't have the drama of, I ain't gonna say drama. Let me take that word back. They don't have the pressure of the spotlight. And they're defending champs, and we forget that sometimes. But every time you watch this team play, you say, I see why they're the defending champs, and it wasn't just because of Kawhi. I'm not saying he didn't help. He definitely helped, but I'm saying it wasn't just because of him. And they have a pedigree and a DNA within that team that is championship level ball. LeBron got criticized by saying they are championship contenders, or they play like a championship team, and people are like, oh, that was a cop out. That wasn't a cop out. That's disrespectful to the Raptors for not saying LeBron was right. He was right. And if you watch these teams play, you watch them. I watched 2 of their games back to back, and I'm like, this team can really come out the East again, man. So with that being said, I'm gonna tell you about this guy, man, Fred Van Fleet. I became really enlightened. I gotta watch my words on here, man, because y'all be coming at me. I gotta watch my words, man. Y'all be getting me, man. I appreciate it, though, man. We having some fun. I gotta watch what I say, because y'all really be tearing me up in the comments. Like, oh, Chris, that was a little suspect. But Fred Van Fleet. So it's because somebody give me the I know nobody say his name the whole way, right? Like, y'all know y'all, Toronto fans, let me know, what's the slang for saying that? Is it FVF or Fleet or Van? What are y'all calling him? All right, so I can know how to pronounce that. But I became really into him. Oh, y'all gonna get me on that one. Last season, because I felt like no one gave him credit for the vital role he played down the stretch in the playoffs. Like, no one talked about the big shots he hit. Nobody talked about the way he brought a certain level of intensity and focus to that team. And I remember watching him do an interview, and after they had I think it was after they won the championship, they said, Fred, what are you gonna do if Kawhi Leonard leaves? He said, well, I hope he stays, but if he leaves, we're gonna beat it too. That's pretty much how he feel, man. And it's no other way to sum that up. So today he went out, he had 36 points, 7 3-pointers, and he's just one of those guys that can give you that. He can get hot, but he's one of those people that you're not going to get 30 points from every night, but you're going to get a solid effort every time he hit the court. Y'all know I'm big on effort, guys. I'm really big on effort, guys. Just like I love Lowry's effort. Fred is not, he's not as, I would say, a star as you would consider Lowry, but he's a solid role player that has a big impact on the game, and sometimes it's just his presence and his intensity. So Pascal Siakam had 22 points tonight, this afternoon, actually had 22 points as well. So, and he's another person that, it seemed like they want to put the star on him as he's the star, but I don't see him as the star, because I don't see Toronto as a star-driven team. They are a group of talented teams that know each other, know their roles, and they play off each other's strength. And anyone can have a good night. The Raptors are 2-0 in the bubble, man. And I'm starting to question it. And I know people gonna say, okay, you're tripping. But should we start considering the Raptors to be the favorite to come out the East? What you think? Let me know down in the comments below, man. Hey, appreciate you guys for watching the video, man. Until next time, you guys be great. Love you guys to pieces. Deuces.